tonight I have a special guest for you. He goes by the name of RA-SOOL. I hope I'm saying that right, but if not, he gonna correct me when he get here. But shout out to One Umbrella, DJ Billy Knight, for always bringing us the best of the best. We appreciate you so much, bruh. The world is crazy, especially here in California, more so in Sacramento. Somebody want to tell me how we go from 60-degree weather to 90-something today? I need to know that with the quickness. Please, please, please get back to me and let me know what the hell is going on. But we are here now. I appreciate y'all coming in and sharing with me again. I do so much. We're going to hurry up and get the man here because I know he's busy, because this man is out here making noise for himself, doing real well. We're going to get him on here pretty soon. Yeah, soon as hell. But check this out, y'all. New website coming. We got a new corporation name here. We're kind of under a new, I don't want to say management because I still run this shit, but we under new management. But we reaching out farther. We own the whole West Coast. We still down in Vegas, Texas. We up in Detroit. We down in Georgia. Got a couple calls the other day from Alabama. Wow. But, you know, we still out there in Cape Town, Africa, and, of course, as you well know, Brazil. As soon as Ukraine and them get to whooping ass, we going to get back over there. But let's see if we can get this man on here real quick, like. Doesn't seem like it's going to work, but we're going to do it anyway. RA-SOOL, go ahead and request to come on in, bruh. We waiting on you, player. Here we go. We'll see if we can get this man in here. Oh, there he is.
What's good? What's good?
What's good with you, player? How you doing, bruh?
Man, I'm good. Blessed, man. Just blessed, man. Things are going very well.
Hey,
how you been?
Man, I'm getting by. You know, I'm trying to get like you when I grow up, kind of situation.
Oh man, I'm trying to be like you. What you talking about? If I can just get a little bit, man. Just give me a little bit, man.
Man, it's sometimes me, all the time you, bruh. But let's go ahead and get to know the man himself. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as I've told you before, this is the Spotlight on Hype-Radio.com, and our guest this evening is Mr. RA-SOOL. Now, am I saying that right?
Yeah, you saying it right. It's RA-SOOL.
RA-SOOL. Now, let's go ahead and jump right into that. How did we come up with the name RA-SOOL?
The name is the Prophet, and I got it. It's an Arabic name. My dad and my uncle had a pact. You know, if they had an extra son, and if you didn't have a son, then, you know, they had a pact with my brother. I would name one of my son after you. So my uncle, he had number daughters, and I was the last born for my father. So, you know, he named me RA-SOOL because my uncle was studying Muslim at the time. He was Muslim. So I got the Arabic name RA-SOOL from that. So it was like a pact from, you know, my dad and his brother.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, family love.
Trying to get all this lettering off your face here. Fucking man. Should be running just fine. Then I get to turn it on. It's like he's got his mind of his own. We gonna get this done.
That's all good. But it took me some time to learn about the name itself when I was growing up, because, you know, it is different than an American name. So just, you can imagine, like, you know, I didn't really understand how powerful the name was when I was young.
Now, did you follow the ooh, excuse me. Sorry, man. Allergies out here in seconds, whooping behinds. So did you follow the way of the Muslim way, or did you just stay in your own lane for now?
Yeah, nah. When I was younger, I did. We studied Muslim. I used to have a prayer mat and everything, you know. But then we got into Christianity. Okay. And we got into. I studied everything, to be honest with you. I went to Christianity. I studied Jehovah's Witness. I studied Mormon. I studied Buddhism, Judaism. I studied it all, so it's kind of weird how my path was, but I learned about everything, to be honest with you. But Christianity is like my baseline. And Muslim, I know a little bit about Muslim because I've studied that too.
I mean, as long as you bring in a little bit of the good from everything, it's great. It's great, bro. Okay, so we came up with this fantastic name that was brought to you through your family, which is incredible.
Thank you, brother.
Now, after being named, how long did it take you to get into the music game?
Okay, so I was doing music ever since I was young. But the weird thing is that I don't know, I was attracted to music. I was always into band. So I was in choir and I was playing the trumpet. So I learned music theory through instruments.
Okay.
So I didn't know, I just did it because I was at school. I didn't know like anything. I just had interest in it. And then I was in choir too. So from band, you do choir. And then, you know, I did that all the way up till probably like high school. And then in high school, I was good at basketball though. I became, you know, I was kind of like a basketball star. I played all years and I went to college. So that's how I got into it. You know, but music, when I went to college for basketball, then music came back. And, you know, it just took off from there. And it was kind of weird how that whole situation happened because as I look at it through my life, I've always been in music when I was younger. Even when I was like 5, I mean, I was not 5, I was around like 7, 8, 9. You know, I was in band. I was learning how to do music theory with the trumpet.
Okay. That's dope, man. Cause,
so I got into producing in college, right? And I got
so you kind of did the Dallas Austin thing.
Huh?
You kind of did the Dallas Austin thing.
Yeah. I kind of got into it like, you know, I was like a hybrid, kind of like with like Kanye and like, you know, like, and then I actually went to engineering school and that's how I got like real serious with music when I got sent out to LA from school, you know. And so then I worked at Record Plant, which is the #1 hip hop studio in Hollywood. So that kind of was like, that was the start, like really serious because, you know, when you're around the majors, it's different.
Yeah, you got to step your game. But how did you get into the record plant? Because that in itself is incredible.
You really want to know?
I really want to know.
I was told I wasn't going to be able to go to the record plant. That's the crazy part you're talking about right there. I was told, don't even think about it. I was told, hey, whatever you got on your list, go somewhere else. You ain't going to be able to get in. You might as well, you know, start interning somewhere else. You can't. So what happened was I had a few studios on my list. I was going to work with, I mean, I don't want to say it, but
you ain't got to. We keep it low. You can keep it low if you want to, or we can share because we all family here.
Yeah. I was going to work with a major producer out in LA. I got called to be recruited by a major producer in LA, and he had a studio. And he called, and so I was the person, but he was taking too long. So here I am in LA, you know, about a week or two, and I'm like going up to a spot trying to figure out what's going on. It looked like it was a ghost town, but it wasn't, just the way he had it set up. Long story short, you know, the hustle with me, you know, Record Plant was where I wanted to be. I was not working where I was sent to be at the time, so I actually got hired at Larry B Studios, which is the #1 mixing studio at the time, and I went to Record Plant. And at the time, I was like, hey, you know what? I don't know. I just was very aggressive with the guy there. He kind of liked my energy. And he told the president. And before I knew, I had an interview with Rose, which was the president. And then I got hired on. And so when it came time for the big producer to call me for the position, I interviewed, but I had to turn that down because that was like an intern position.
Right.
But the one that I got hired was Record Plant, and that was where I wanted to be. So to be honest with you, it was kind of like weird because people told me, no, you can't go, you can't do this, you can't do that. But my will, and I manifested it. God, I give credit to God on that too, because, you know, like you said, everybody tells you can't make it, you can't go there, you just can't. Don't, whatever you do, don't think you're just gonna go there. Don't put that even on your list. But it happened.
That's how this happened. People were telling me, man, you can't start your own radio station. Okay. And when your ass asks for an interview, make sure you got your budget. But, you know, that's just what it is. But I'm glad you had your mindset on that, because there's probably a lot of people that go through that, where people are always, I don't want to say hating, but not encouraging those who have dreams. I'm glad you had the energy to push past that, because maybe you wouldn't be here now making the noise you're making, because you're making noise.
Yeah, thank you, my brother.
We've been doing music since we was wee high to a knee high. When did you? I mean, because you went to LA and you actually started producing and all that. When did you get that bug to be like, I'm gonna get in the booth? Because that's another major step.
So the weird thing is, when I was in college, I actually got in the booth then. I got presented with an opportunity to get in, and when I made my first two songs, it was kind of hot. People were like surprised, like, wait a minute, kind of like, and so it was like, and it kind of felt weird. Energy, vibes was different, but the problem was that the producing part was like, didn't have tracks, so I kept trying to buy tracks, but couldn't get the tracks, so I got into producing at that time. Okay. After that, and then I took it to another level, and then that's when I went to engineering school to learn the sound, because when you're independent versus majors, a lot of independent artists don't understand the sound from being independent to being majors. They think their stuff is hot, when the tricks of the trades of majors are a little bit different. Okay. So that's why I went in to learn from the majors. I went to engineering school, and then that's how I got sent to Hollywood, and then I got back in the booth, because at the time I was kind of like trying to figure it out, at record plant, being around a lot of major people, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do at that time. And so what I did, actually, to be honest with you, I started off kind of like was a producer / rapper, but trying to be an engineer at the time. Okay. But then people liked my music, and I was like, well, I like it, but I like what you did. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to get back focused on me. So that's when I just went, you know what, I started focusing on myself. I still worked with a lot of people, but I was just like, you know what, something about what I do was pushing through versus, trying to connect on the other levels of producing and engineering. Just felt more home as an artist a little bit. I still produce, but getting in that booth and the creative processes, I feel very connected to that. Okay.
Well, obviously you connected to it because, bruh, like, I've been listening to it. It's been on rotation all day here. You have a hit single called UFO. Now, I need to know a couple things here. One, we gonna start here. How did you come up with the name UFO for the song? What was the motivation there?
Actually, real talk, the song is actually based off of a real story. It was during COVID. I was dreaming UFOs all night. I was crazy. It was crazy. It was like, what the hell? And so I was always like a little bit deep before then about knowledge and spirituality and UFOs. But for some reason during COVID, I got sick with COVID, and like the month before, I was just dreaming UFOs, and some weird stuff happened. So that's how it came about. So I turned it into a song. So with the weird thing is kind of like got reality. It's really kind of like truth, but I try to express myself in a creative way, and I wanted to talk about something that everybody's thinking, but they ain't saying. And I wanted to do it in a fly way, because with that type of subject, it's a serious subject, but you got to do it right. If you do it wrong, it's just gonna be comedic, right? It's gonna be a comedy. So I wanted to be serious with it and portray the art on the more creative, serious side, but a cool side. So that's how it was. A real situation that happened to me. So I was like, man, I need to write a song out of this.
Okay, yeah, it's funny you say like the comedy side of it, because Eddie Griffin kind of did a joke about that. He was like, because Eddie Griffin's really, really into his faith. Because every time he get on these, without God and God this, God that, which is great. I'm not hating on that. I'm the same way. But he literally said, for those who believe that God just created Earth and people here and left all this other shit empty, you a fucking fool. I was like, you know what? That makes sense like a motherfucker. So when I see on the Inquirer where it's a UFO here in Utah and alien abduction, and I'm like, God, what you doing, bro? Like, leave that up there in Utah. Don't bring that here because I'm scared of aliens. But you know, it is what it is. So we came up with this song through the COVID situation. I'm glad you're better after that because that COVID hit a lot of people I know. Some, passed away, and some still have that what they call the COVID cloud, which is you see the difference in people. So with that happening, when the pandemic happened, did you have to slow your process of the music down? I mean, obviously I'm asking before you got sick, did you have to slow your process down, or were you kind of like still just producing, or did it cut off your shows? What did the pandemic do to you?
Yeah, the pandemic slowed everything down because it made me focus on family.
Okay.
It kind of made me focus on what was important. People was dropping like flies. Rest in peace to all those who were affected by COVID. I lost, important family members, and so it kind of like, I live in Hollywood, and also I live in Phoenix, so it made me go back to Phoenix way more than I was in Hollywood because my family's from Phoenix, So I went there and I stayed with my dad and my mom and was around family trying to keep them safe. We all went into like this hibernation for a little bit for about a year almost. So music-wise, though, in Arizona, things weren't as strict as they were in LA, and that's another reason why I had to choose to be more in Phoenix at the time. Is because in LA you couldn't really go, or you weren't supposed to be doing too much, music. You're supposed to be at home and staying at home, quarantine.
Right.
And in Phoenix, they had this thing where the governor was a little bit more flexible, so we were able to go to the studio. About the time when I got done with COVID into the next year, 2020. I was able to get in. Oh, I think it was 2021, because 2020 is when it happened. So, 2021 was a little bit better than 2020. But it slowed me down. I could do maybe. I went from doing music every day to really contemplate, and I think that's where the thought-provoking song came from. Because when I got a chance to sit and really, be still for a little bit, I kind of got deeper with my thoughts and deeper with what was going on, and I wanted to reflect whether, real stuff that was going on, but reflecting about what was, people was dealing with. So, in the song, I'm talking about COVID-19, babies, I'm talking about real stuff, so that was real things that was affecting me and my environment.
Okay. Now, with this song, because I haven't been told, is this song off of an upcoming album, or was this just a single that you had to just push out your veins so you can move forward?
No, it's going to be an upcoming album.
What's the name of the album?
Huh?
What's the name of the album?
The Alpha.
It's going
to be called The Alpha.
Okay.
Yeah, The Alpha. And it's probably going to be an EP. I'll probably do an EP. It's 8 because I'm already locked and loaded. So I have some heat. I have some stuff that's going to be fresh, real hot. And it's different because, a lot of times, a lot of times I would say that I got some stuff that's different than, just like UFO. UFO is different, but, fresh for the ear. You need something new to the scene. A lot of people doing the same. So with my singles, my next single is going to be for hot. It's going to be new. And so that's going to be more of a club banger, though.
Okay.
This UFO is going to take you more into the reality of that. I got different ways to go with it, but I got a lot of singles on the EP. So depending on, when my team is ready to push, but I think that the EP may be coming up really soon, within, the next 3 months.
Okay.
We may be talking about 3 months for the EP release. But yeah, we were locked and loaded and ready. I got some cannons ready to shoot. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to see what these cannons do too.
I ain't mad at you. So, is there going to be any names that we would recognize on this EP with you, or are you kind of going lone wolf on Alpha on this one?
Well, you know what? I gotta go Alpha because it's called Alpha, but in the same sense, I'm always there to connect with people and creatively to connect with people, but as an artist, I think also you got to be able to hold it down yourself. So, a lot of my EP will be featured with songs just by me.
Okay.
I may have maybe one or two with a feature artist, but it's not going to be. It's really going to be about me.
Okay.
And it's nothing that I don't think. It's just the way the cookie crumbles, and unfortunately, it just defines who I am. I feel like that I can hold it down myself, so I like to bet on myself. A lot of artists are afraid to invest and bet on themselves, but I don't. I'm like, yo, let's double down.
Okay.
Hit that parlay, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Now you said that you living in LA and you also living in Phoenix. Cause I'm hearing a real lyrical RA-SOOL on UFO. Now, do you consider yourself lyrical driven or beat driven?
It's both because I was, I produced, so I don't play around with the track. The track got slapped. But as far as lyrics, it's weird because, my name is RA-SOOL, so it kind of conveys to who I am as a person. I'm a very deep person, so always lyrical. I'm always going to be wordplay.
Okay.
Right? I'm not the type of person to give you, fortunately, I can't just give you bubble gum, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that bubble gum going to have to help your soul or something. Something's going to have to kick or something. Even if it's a party track, the thing is that music is universal. So I can even do a party track, a club track, but it still be lyrical. So meaning that, and like you say, you know what I'm saying, there'll be a lot of some wordplay, but it's not going to be, it's not just going to be blatant. I just don't do I just don't do that regular, it don't stimulate the brain a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So I do like the lyrical, and I like to be serious at times. But I like to also get in the club too. I like to party, so.
Okay. Now, I got a partner who's going to be down there. He's working on throwing a little concert down there with 2 Chainz in June. I'm finna slide out there. Is there going to be any upcoming shows in Phoenix that Mr. RA-SOOL is going to be doing?
Yeah, they are. You know what? I am going to be performing. I actually, we're working on that now. So I think probably like in 2 months, maybe even at the label, there will be some tour dates coming out. So yeah, definitely that. They can always tap in with me. Also, always follow me on my social media at RA-SOOL Alpha, my website, RA-SOOLAlpha.com. But yeah, you can tap in, follow, and I always keep them posted all through my social medias. I'll be tagging and letting people know what's coming up. So they have an opportunity to see me perform, definitely. But I definitely am always going to be out there. I am going to be out there performing and stuff like that. I'm really excited about that because that's something I live for.
Okay. Now, you keep mentioning your team, and it's so important, and I hope people are listening understand how important it is to actually have a team behind you, because you can't really do this by yourself kind of situation. With it being a team and a label, is there any other artists on the label besides yourself, or you guys are kind of like working your lane right now, and then maybe in the future bringing some people on?
Yeah, I'm working my lane right now. I am associated with a few artists that are hot, but right now I'm working my lane right now. And, I do have a team. It's like, I always kind of consider it's like an octopus team, because it's like, it's just not, you got to have, I guess, I look at Beyonce, like you look at her or Jay-Z, it's probably like 50 people to 100 people behind that person, you know what I'm saying? So when you look at an artist, a lot of people just like to look at you and just like, oh, it's just one person. Nah, it's like many of people. So, I got to stay with my team, and I got to have a team to be able to do what I got to do. So, but yeah, I am right now going to be focused on myself as far as that part, but I am associated with other artists, and there's a possibility with other artists, that may be affiliated with me in the future.
Okay. Now,
but I am like the alpha in the process. You get what I'm saying? Like
ain't nothing wrong with it. Somebody got kicked in the door to let everybody in.
Yeah.
Now, with the music and how you come across lyrically and how you feel with your music and everything, do you see where in the future that maybe you would, because what you producing, it seems like I can only imagine on your EP that it's a wide range to what you're doing. Like I got some producer partners, and if you don't sometimes bring them back home, oh, there's gonna be a little conversation here, some conversation there. You're gonna be looking at them like squirrel. Like, what the hell? Like, what are you talking, bro? What are you talking about? Do you find sometimes that your team has to bring you in, or are you kind of like to that point now where you're like, okay, I'm going to lead a producer in the seat, and I'm going to be RA-SOOL right now?
Yeah, it's weird, yeah, that you said, because like the producer hat and the artist hat are two different realms. And when you're in a producer hat, when you're working as a producer for other people or for yourself, those are two different things. So it's kind of like, as a producer, it's kind of like when I'm working in a producer hat, if I hear something for myself and when I'm working on something, then of course I would have to get on that quick, because or else I would lose the information or the song that's in me. By then it would just be a track, and I'll probably work with somebody else on it. But as a producer, you kind of like just got to produce. You can't, if you hear the song, if you hear the melody, get in, get it done, then you got to go back to producing. Because you could say, once you get wrapped up with artistry, that artistry can take you, you be focused on yourself. And as an artist, I try to focus on not to be, just because I produce, oh yeah, I could just produce the track myself. Nah, can't do that either, because you make your best music with a unified mind. Two minds are better than one. So yeah, I know myself very well. I know what I can do with myself, but also I feel like some of the best music that's out there just in general is when the collab comes together, you know what I'm saying? So if I get with another producer that I respect, I'm going to listen to what they have, and I'm going to work with them, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to be cocky, like, oh yeah, it's all about me, this, and that, nah, I do this. Nah, I humble myself, because music doesn't start from, it's a very humble place where that's where you find the jewels, I start from humble beginnings. So the jewel is in the humble beginnings, and then from there, then it becomes the diamond. So the diamond goes through a lot through that process, and I like to consider that what I do with music. You know what I'm saying? I try to music on the artist side versus the producer side, two different realms, and you can't necessarily confuse the two. If you're gonna be an artist and you got that going on for the time being, then there'll be some stuff that you produce. You don't have to produce everything. Stay focused on the quality of the music and the songs that you're working on. Work on those melodies. Focus on, you know what I'm saying? Get in tune what's out there and what's going to be, because people get caught thinking they want to get up on the producer side because they start thinking business. Before you know it, they ain't even worried about the music. They just, oh man, I did this all myself. They just want to hear I, man. Like, nobody want to hear, like, we all, like, and it sound like trash. So
right.
That's not good. That's not a good thing. So you got to humble yourself, and you got to really be in tune to the music.
Okay. Now, you talk about being in tune to the music and being humble. On your thousands of fans that you have, what impression are you leaving on them? What impression would you like for them to have about you?
Okay, well, my brand, I feel like my brand is, people are still beginning to know my brand, right? And my impression is, creatively, as an artist, I would like for them to respect the art, but also in a deeper meaning, because I like the things to transcend to, to a deeper place with people. So, my brand is one thing to be creatively sparked and appreciate the art, but also thought-provoking scenarios and situations. For like UFO, if you don't believe in UFOs, if you don't do this, do that, at least you'd be thought-provoked, like, I don't know, maybe, well, that's a hot song, so at least thoughts, seeds of awareness, And so with my brand, not only is it like, flashy, hip-hop, fashion, and all that stuff, but I like thought-provoking things. Like if you're going through certain things, and I have a song that's relevant to a relationship, or that's relevant to, like, not knowing the situations that you're in, you may get work or whatnot, those are going to be thought-provoking things to help you through, but not just, I'm not that one lane type of person that's just going to be partying and just, shots. Nah, my brand is deeper than that. And then I also like to take my brand into other fields, so as I grow, as continue my success as an artist, I see myself in different ventures and with different vendors.
Okay, now with that being said, I always like to ask artists, if hip-hop opens the door for you, say you done ran your course, you got all your Oscars and Academy Awards, and You done smack people backstage on like Will Smith and shit. You know, after you done become the after you done become the GOAT of this.
I'm slapping people. I'm slapping people up now.
Man.
Like I'm going to slap.
Man, so as you become the GOAT, as this hip hop that we love, as it opens doors, what is the door that you would like for it to open for yourself?
I do have a nonprofit that I do I do have a nonprofit, and I do have like a thing that we work with foster kids, and so I have a thing for kids in the system, and I'll always have some kind of business that's a nonprofit to give back to the people who are less fortunate. But as the business opens up and where I will go, I mean, I see myself in tech. I see myself in different areas. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just music is one modality of my gifts. And fortunately, I'm a Gemini, so
So you
I
everywhere.
I have, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You everywhere.
I have a lot of different ways, and it's crazy because my intellect. So I do see myself in tech. I see myself doing higher stuff for just giving back to the people who are in need. When living in LA, you cannot see and live in LA and see all the homeless that's going on and not think that there's a need to be done there. And there's a lot of needs everywhere. Like even with Black Lives Matter, there's so much stuff going on where if you have a heart to give on a higher level and not to be so egoic about it, to unify, I think with my brand, as I'm looking to build those higher levels, you know what I'm saying? I guess that would be into another level beyond just music, but something more. It's different. It's beyond just music then at that point.
Okay, that's dope. That's big. Like that's the producer side of you. That's it. You way out here with it. Somebody will have to bring you back in, but the things that you're talking about doing and the reasons behind it, I'm sure everybody can understand that, the homelessness is an issue, and, with the adopted, the foster children, that's huge. Like, you're covering a lot of great things, and, when like I said, when you rich and famous, don't forget about the little people. I think it's going to be a lot of doors.
I'll be like you, man. You know what I'm saying? You can give me a little bit of your glory. I'll be all right, man. Give me a little bit of drip, man.
We gonna share that glory, because I'm coming to Phoenix, bruh, for the concert. So maybe you if you take a little time out of your busy schedule.
We gotta link up. We gotta link up. You say June, right?
Yes, June is gonna be. Well, he's working on it, so God willing, I'll be out there around June 3rd. I do believe it is. At the Mesa something or rather.
Mesa Amphitheater?
I think so.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like when you say Mesa. It sounds like if you say 2 Chainz, you're going to have something at least big. So Mesa Amphitheater or something like that.
Yeah, I'm sliding, man. As soon as he says good, I'm sliding. I'm out of here. But, with that being said, even though seeing 2 Chainz would be cool, I want to see, I like the majors, don't get it twisted. But I didn't get my start fucking with the majors. I came up with the independent cats. So I like seeing bar performances and the small venues where cats are building their rep up and getting their fans together, and you can still walk up to an artist and shake his hand like, hey man, I really like your music. Not to where you gotta look through security and behind the little gate and like, man, bro, I put my pants on just like you. Stop it.
Yeah.
But
that's real talk.
It is, but some cats is deserved, but some cats are like, nah, bruh, you not that. You'll be gone next week. But with all this, now we have this hot track. We talked about the EP. Did we mention when you're gonna actually drop it? Because you were saying 2 to 3 months. Can I get a hard date, or are we still kind of juggling the dates?
Man, the team, man, we be having talks about that daily, weekly. The success of UFOs is real good right now. So
yeah, it is, because like I said, it's going to be in rotation here on Hype-Radio forevermore. It's going to be in rotation until you come up and sit down with me live and sign our board, bruh. Let's put it that way.
Okay. That's what's up.
I'm locking that in right now.
You know what? I'm trying to come out there and support and actually be there with you. I'm gonna sign that. That's real talk. I like that. I really like that.
Yeah.
To get to Sacramento. I don't think it'll be my first time in Sacramento.
What?
It'll be my first. Yeah, I haven't been to Sac. I think I've been up north, but I haven't been to Sac.
Come on,
So,
man.
yeah, it'll be my.
Come on, man. You got to slide through the capital of this West Coast shit, bruh. We may not be LA, you know, but
Nah, man.
we got our stars out here too. Now, don't get it twisted.
I know. I already know.
Now,
I already know.
We done had some bullshit happen recently.
Huh?
We done had some bullshit happen recently, so don't hold that against us. Man.
You know, everybody, that's the crazy thing. Everybody's having these things that's happening, man, and that's what, and that's what we as artists, you know, got to captivate what's real, what's happening with that, you know what I'm saying? Like, what people are feeling, because when they don't have that felt, or they don't have that song that tunes in, then you get weird shit that happens. That's real talk. Like, people will express themselves in another way if they can't feel that it's being expressed in another way. But, like, you know, that's real talk. That's real.
Now, that brings a question to me before I let you go, because I know you're busy. As far as music goes, we have our motherfuckers who talking about some shit that they shouldn't be talking about. Everybody wants to be gang, shoot 'em up, bang, bang.
Right.
Do you believe that the music is that big of an influence on these cats? Or are you kind of like other artists, be like, it's just entertainment kind of thing?
Well, you know what? Music is just like TV, right?
Okay.
But there's truth in TV, right?
Right.
It's about how you view it, and it's all about the person. So if you got a child, right, and you let them be raised by television, and let them be raised by certain things and not raise them the correct way, then you can't blame the music. That started off when they was 1 and 2, when they was 3, 4. You know, you won't raise my child. You know, the TV ain't gonna raise my child. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have yourself. So when you look at music and try to blame it all on the music, you can't just do that, because then you're taking self-responsibility off of yourself. And I think as, you know, humans, and as we grow as a culture, we have to start looking at ourselves and be responsible. And then once we start doing that, then the frequency will change, right?
Okay.
You have young kids that would, because when you are protecting you just don't protect the youth from their ears, you protect them and you raise them correctly. You get what I'm saying? And then their frequency is different. They won't want to listen to no gang, because that's not what they vibe, right? But if you ain't raising your children right, and so, you know, like, my dad, you know, was around me, thank God, even though I was going through a lot of stuff when I was younger, but my dad was around me, so there was a lot of things he let me know that I was able to do and what I was not able to do. You know what I'm saying? Take that type of parent, and the parent will raise, but if you can't do that at 12, you can't do that at 15, parenting starts at a very young age, and parents got to step up and quit letting society raise them, and then complain to society when things don't go right and go left with their children. So, yeah, I get it. As a musician, we decide what we want to put out there into the world, right? I'm responsible for what I give out to the energy out there. But not everyone's going to be me. Not everyone's going to be you. Right. And that's what makes the world beautiful, is that we have different shades, different colors, different vibrations. And, you know, we got to be responsible for ourselves, because, you know what, in this reality, what's sad is that people try to let music raise their children. They let TV because they're busy. But you know what? You got to invest in your children, you know, and don't let society dictate to you. You know, don't let society dictate to you on how you should raise your children. You got to be there for them. And don't let an artist or rap. If you letting a rap artist raise your children, or you letting a singer, come on now, like that's bad, because you know what I'm saying. That's media. You know, all this stuff that's going on in the world nowadays. You know, it's time for, you know, us as people to raise up and raise our children. So when you ask that last question, you know, as far as do I believe in the music, you know, affecting people, or, you know, do I feel like it's, you know, I believe in it's both. But in the end, it's all about me. You like, and success doesn't rely on nobody but me. if I put it out there. And that's what people have to understand. We have power within ourselves. And then as we come together as a community like you and other people, we do outreach and stuff like that, then we can talk about, but it starts at home. Like a lot of these people, the people who are raising and parenting their children, they ain't worry about that because their children know better. They know better. When they listen to a rap song and they talk about gang, they may know it's just, entertainment. Right? But they ain't out there really trying to gang bang. As soon as they heard that song, they stop and they hitting up 7-Eleven, doing beer runs and talking about, this I put that. Nah, man, come on, man. Let's real talk. There's real stuff out there.
Yeah, and our sponsor, Bike, he just typed in, like, TV isn't the only form of influence anymore. So it's definitely more on artists to limit some of the toxic vibes because parents can't be there 24/7. But he also said that the tongue is mightier than the sword. So, it's kind of a mixture of situations.
Yeah, I feel that. And I feel, like I said, the artists, we choose to make our choice, right? But you got to be, if you choose to be out there and spread that type of energy, then you got to be understanding that comes back too. There's been plenty of artists out there talking that gang stuff and they get hit up on the video set and they could get pulled up on, you know what I'm saying? So, it's not always, they get called out quick. So, if you claiming to be Polo the Don, El Chapo, there's some people out there that want to see El Chapo, so you have to understand that. But if you were, I would say as a good artist is not trying to fake who you want to be, is go with your passion and go with tunes into your vibration and frequency. So, and some people are not on the same level. So I can't get mad at someone who's doing sex music all the time, because that's what they vibe with, right? But as an artist, what the good thing about artists is that they can grow. Like what you talk about in the future, how you music and stuff. A good artist on longevity, they will have a catalog that will show a transition in their music, but they'll get to a point where they do different things outside of that just one thing that got them famous. And I think that's what makes you longevity in the game, where you can actually do crossovers into music, into movies, and you have a brand that reaches over. But if you still stay making bedroom music for your whole career, you're gonna have to be a musician, because that only lasts so long. Right.
Well, man, that's a great way to wrap this up. I like that deep part of you, man. Like that's that Gemini. Woo! Well, y'all be everywhere with shit. But
yeah.
I so appreciate that you took time out of your busy schedule, because I know you're working hard and doing things, like I said, with UFO. It is in rotation here on hype-radio.com. If somebody wants to get at you about some production, a feature, maybe even later on getting on your label, please, can you let them know how they can get a hold of you?
Yeah, the best way to get a hold of me is at RA-SOOL Alpha on my IG. I got it on Twitter. I got a website. You can also reach out to me at www.RA-SOOLAlpha.com. All my IG social media is RA-SOOL Alpha. So if you RA-SOOL the Alpha, RASOOLTHEALPHA. So if you want to reach out to me and get in contact with me, holler at me and through my team, and we'll see what's up, see what's going down. And you gotta make sure you hit me up, man, when you come in. Let me know before you even when you know you coming. Just let me know, man, because I may be in Hollywood, I may be moving. I may be moving, so I need to know what's up.
I got you, bro. As soon as I find out, you find out.
Okay, that's what's up.
But yeah, either way it goes, I'm gonna need you to slide up here to SAC, man. My wall has got a spot for you.
Okay.
I need that autograph, player, and I need my photo section.
Okay, I got you.
Wait, before I let you go, there's a video to UFO, right?
Yes.
Oh, now before we go with that one, we got to. Who filmed that, and where in your Gemini did you go with the video?
All right, so shout out to Giselle and Ronald Reed. They were the directors on that.
Okay.
Giselle, she does a lot of my videos that I've done in the past. And Ronald's a new director that we worked with, and we were shot in New York. And we had an idea what we kind of wanted to go with. You know what I'm saying? So the idea was based off of the reality of that situation that happened in 2020, So we decided not to go because it wasn't really a physical contact. It's like, a lot of things are happening in the dream world, astral world. So we wanted to relative to what you were experiencing, right?
Right.
So it was kind of like that with the dream, waking up. And, a lot of times when you think you sleep, you ain't sleep. You wake up and then something ain't right. A lot of weird stuff is happening. So, they took that and they ran with it. I mean, they put those models in there, you know what I'm saying? Those models, shout out to the models. And then my team came in and we did it out in Queens, New York, and it was crazy because that whole day was, we was running around. I spent a long time. I was out there in New York for about a week. And when we stopped, we was trying to get everything done while we was out there.
Okay.
So yeah, that video is kind of like cinematic because it's kind of like we wanted to do something different. They wanted to portray something that's not like typical. You know what I'm saying? And even as you look at the woman were used as aliens, so it's not, you know what I'm saying, but in a cool way, a sexy alien. You know what I'm saying? To vibe with you a little bit. So it was a different look out there for hip hop, so it's kind of like made it look like cinematic a little bit.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna see it again. I kind of wanted to mention the video because I was looking at it, I'm like, okay, hear the song, see the video. I got a connection. Can't wait to talk to the man. Now we done created we done put it all, Rubik's Cube together. Now it's all making sense to me. It's good. But bro, I can't, like I said, if I find out about Arizona, you find out about Arizona. But we definitely need to get you up here in SAC, get you to sign the wall, come take some photos with me. Just know that right now, Hype Radio is home to you. Whatever you need, whatever you got, whatever you want to talk about, I am a direct message, phone call, email away. Brother, anything you want and need, it's good. Get it, DJ Billy Knight of One Umbrellas. Shout out to him. He is fantastic at his craft. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been speaking with the great artist, soon to be on the top of the mountain, Mr. RA-SOOL.
Thanks, my brother, man. Definitely, I look forward to seeing you, and hopefully I will be out there soon to come up there to visit you in SAC.
Indeed, brother. Well, you be safe and stay in touch, bro.
All right, you too, man.
All right, peace.
Blessings.